Hey guys, this is John from True Pursuit Outdoors, and today I just want to go over a brief video on traveling with a rifle on the airlines. So I've done a bunch of trips out west so far, and I've accumulated some tips from other hunters and just traveling in general that I feel like I should share, as well as some gear that you need to have in order to travel. So to get started, one, this rifle is unloaded. This is a TSA approved case by Pelican. This is a Pelican 1750. It comes equipped stock with the foam, so you can cut this out to your liking. I have this fit out to travel both locally and on the airlines. So once you cut out your rifle, one, you want to make sure it's as snug as possible so that through transit, it doesn't get rattled around. The more cutouts you make, the less rigidity you have in the foam. So try to be cognizant of what you're cutting. So I travel with my M48 Liberty nozzler, to different states and deer hunt, elk hunt, you name it. And what I found with traveling is it's not as scary as people think. Pretty much you show up to the airport. I travel out of JFK and LaGuardia. You check the rifle as a checked bag. A TSA officer will come to the check desk, and they will typically bring you to a private room. There, they will check that the rifle is unloaded. So when traveling, of course, have the case shut and locked upon arrival to the airport. Also, keep your trigger lock on the firearm. You cannot travel with bullets in the case. They need to be in your carry-on. Not carry-on. They need to be in your checked bag, as well as the bolt. I found traveling to Wyoming, actually, I showed up from my flight from New York to Wyoming. All four of my clasps were open. I think only one was shut, and I had one lock left on the case, which I found to be amazing traveling with a rifle. So be careful when you travel. I carry zip ties, as well as, of course, you need your TSA approved locks. These are master combo locks approved by TSA for combo. This case in particular has 4 different points in which you can attach. I've heard from other hunters that they've ran into issues if they're only traveling with 2 locks. You technically should be traveling with, if there's 4 spots for locks, I would recommend to put 4 locks on the actual case. I would carry extra locks. I actually ran into that case in Wyoming where some of my locks were missing, which I found very hard to believe. However, luckily I had extra locks in my bag and I utilized them for the return trip. Due to that incident, I actually carry zip ties in my bag or in the physical case itself. I made a little spot here for them. And once the case is shut and the TSA agent provides you with the TSA card that you're required to sign and put in the rifle case, I actually zip tie the rifle case shut. Of course, you need a means of opening that once you arrive at your destination. But I would assume you're traveling with some type of knife if you're going hunting. Another great tip, I use air tags, and I actually label the air tags on my phone for what item is with each item. So, this past year I was traveling with my father to Kansas. I gave him one for his rifle and one for his checked bag, same as myself. In our checked bags, we had our bolts and our ammunition. I do not recommend keeping the bolt with the firearm. That's just my personal preference. I ran into an instance once, of course, where my case was opening up, and if it's in this pocket here, how I travel locally, this does have the potential to fall out, and if you were to lose this on your trip, you have a big problem. So that's more of a preference thing. A lot of guys do the same. You don't keep the bolt with the actual rifle, and that's why I bought this carrying case. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to put links to all of these products in my comment section. So if you could support the channel, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, happy hunting.